That doesn't build bad cars, and we always try our best. Our goal is to never make a car that's worse than any car we've made before in the past. So just like the cars we produce now, the idea is to keep improving them while also making them more affordable so more people can actually buy one. Imagine if the same battery upgrade that gives your Model 2 a 20% range increase also saves you an extra $5,000. Imagine being able to buy a brand new Tesla Model 2 for even less than what you'd pay for a top-end laptop. Yes, you heard it right. Tesla has a secret plan to switch its $57 per kilowatt-hour LFP battery to new sodium-ion cells that cost only $40 per kilowatt-hour. This single change cuts more than $800 from the battery cost of a 53 kilowatt-hour pack and opens the door to a price tag under $25,000, which could totally change what people think an affordable electric car should be. Could Tesla use this innovation to beat every other EV on price, and how would a $24,995 Tesla affect the traditional gas-powered car market? Welcome to Tesla Car World. Here's why the Tesla Model 2 is perfect for sodium-ion batteries. When Tesla first showed off the idea of the Model 2, the goal was obvious: make an electric car that didn't cut corners and was made for the masses. It would be small, stylish, and low-cost. The latest version of the Model 2 comes with a 50 kilowatt-hours LFP battery, giving you about 310 miles of real-life range, and it can charge from 10% to 80% in just about 20 minutes on a V3 supercharger. But what if Tesla could completely change the battery formula altogether? Tesla's mission is to speed up the world's move to clean energy, and to do that, the company has to bring prices below $30,000. LFP batteries already help lower costs, but sodium-ion batteries are even cheaper. They don't use cobalt or nickel and need less processing. The result is a battery pack that could cost only about $40 per kilowatt-hour compared to the $57 it costs now for a 50 kilowatt-hour battery. That's more than $800 in savings, which could go toward better Autopilot tech or just cutting the base price. Also, Tesla's big factories in Berlin and Texas were designed with flexible assembly lines to handle lots of production. Switching to sodium cathode paste takes just a few weeks, not years, and the rest of the battery making process, like coating the anode, stacking the cells, and charging them the first time, stays exactly the same. That means very little delay and quicker production ramp-up by using sodium-ion batteries. In the Model 2, Tesla can make big improvements in all the important ways without needing to change the size or shape of the battery, since sodium-ion has more energy in each cell, around 160 watt-hours per kilogram compared to LFP's 110 to 130. That means you get around 16 to 20% more energy in the same 50 kilowatt-hour battery. In real life, that means your driving range jumps from about 310 miles to nearly 370 miles on one charge. But it's not just about range. Sodium-ion batteries can handle fast charging even when it's freezing cold, which cuts Model 2's 10 to 80% charging time from 20 minutes to only 10 minutes. That's more time driving and less time plugged in. You'll also notice quicker acceleration because of the extra battery power. 0 to 60 miles per hour times drop from about 6.0 seconds to around 5.5 seconds. The powertrain gets to use more of the energy cushion and still lasts longer. Sodium-ion batteries can go through over 6,000 full charges before dropping below 80% of their original power. That's twice the life of today's LFP packs, so your battery will likely last longer than the time you keep the car and still have lots of capacity left. Plus, when winter comes, a Model 2 with sodium-ion batteries keeps up to 95% of its battery strength even at minus 30 degrees Celsius. While LFP drops to about 70% at that same freezing temperature. Switching to sodium-ion could lower battery costs by about $530 for a 50 kilowatt-hour battery, bringing it down from $2,850 to just $2,320. Those savings can help Tesla earn more or be passed down to the buyer with an even lower price. Put all of this together and the Model 2 with sodium-ion batteries isn't just a small step, it's a major leap in every way EV fans and daily drivers care about. Tesla's base Model 2 is expected to start around $28,000 after discounts, but with sodium-ion batteries, here's how the numbers break down. By changing from lithium-ion to sodium-ion, Tesla immediately cuts about $530 per battery and uses a resource that's super common and can be found in soda ash or even ocean water that helps avoid the wild price swings of lithium markets. Getting rid of cobalt and nickel not only cuts costs but avoids ethical problems, government penalties and expensive audits, which makes for a more reliable supply chain. These savings don't disappear, they go right into the cost of the Model 2, letting Tesla offer it at an amazing $24,995 in the US. Even after shipping paperwork and a small profit, it's still cheaper than every other small EV by thousands of dollars, changing how people think about affordable electric cars. For someone like you, this means you finally get the latest range, performance and dependability without breaking the bank or being at the mercy of raw material shortages. Tesla isn't new to using new types of batteries. Remember when the Model 3 standard version came out in China in 2021 with LFP cells? People were unsure at first but then loved the lower cost and how tough the batteries were. In just a few months, thousands were being made at the Shanghai factory. Now Tesla's internal reports show that test Model 2 batteries using sodium cathodes passed all safety and durability tests in early 2025, showing 160 watt-hours per kilogram, 6,500 cycles at 80% use, and no overheating up to 400 degrees Celsius thanks to V3 superchargers giving 250 kilowatts each. These batteries can consistently charge from 10 to 80% in 10 minutes without hurting the battery life. Tesla's battery system works with all chemistries and updates software to control charging temperature and battery health perfectly. Starting mid-2026, Tesla will release a limited number of sodium-ion Model 2s for employees and VIPs with full public availability later in 2026 across North America, Europe and Asia, just in time to meet California and European Union climate goals. So what can you expect from the new Model 2 design? When Elon Musk first hinted at a low-cost Tesla years ago, people started guessing what it would look like. The idea of a small budget-friendly EV excited everyone. Since then there have been so many rumors that you could draw 10 totally different versions. Some think it'll be a hatchback like the Nissan Leaf, since Tesla doesn't currently have a small car and spy photos show a short nose and rear. Others say it will be a smaller Model Y, which makes sense because small SUVs are hugely popular in the US, and some even believe it might look like a mini Cybertruck, which would be pretty unique. But now Tesla has made things clearer. Lars Moravy, Tesla's engineering vice president, said the new car launching this June will share factory lines with other models and look like typical Teslas. Most importantly, it's built to be affordable for real people, putting an end to all the wild guesses. The Model 2 is basically a simpler, cheaper Model Y. The savings begin with less complex parts, smaller wheels that save about $500, single-layer side windows and one-color ambient lights instead of 256 colors. Like in the Model 3 and Y, inside there are fabric seats without heating or cooling, which saves around $500 as shown in Tesla's Mexico version, and a smaller sound system, likely with 7 to 9 speakers instead of over 15, and a subwoofer found in more expensive models. The back hatch opens by hand and the front hood is just plain metal. All of these smart changes come together to give you a Tesla crossover that keeps the performance but finally makes it affordable. Following this simpler design, the Model 2 will also have just one electric motor. A couple of years back Tesla talked about a $1,000 motor made for cheaper vehicles. While there weren't many details, recent updates suggest this uses ferrite magnets instead of expensive rare earth materials. If that's the case, the Model 2 will save big. About $1,000 less than the $2,000 motor in the Model Y. It won't be as powerful as the high-end dual motors, but it will be perfect for daily driving in cities where lower cost matters more than super speed. Where and when the Model 2 is made is also part of Tesla's bigger plan. At first people thought Giga Texas would be the main factory, but now Tesla says the Model 2 will first be made in Shanghai and then in Europe before coming to the US. Here's why: Giga Shanghai uses local LFP batteries so it avoids big import fees and can build cars faster. Its production line can make one Model Y in just 33 seconds, and since the Model 2 has fewer parts, it could be made in just 20 seconds, even faster than